Hi, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your July 28th to August 3rd, 2024 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. It gets this channel seen by more people, so thank you so very much for doing so. And if you're interested in a private reading, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. It's linked in the description box below, and I look forward to reading for you. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, Gemini. Let us see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. All right. So we are crowned here, Gemini, with the Empress reverse. Okay. So what that means is that we can have a bit of trouble stepping into our sacred feminine energy and really feeling empowered there. So it doesn't matter how we identify ourselves. It matters that we can feel the nurturing energy that is a part of each and every one of us. We can feel this as being a burden. We can feel this as everybody wanting a piece of me. We can feel ourselves being overwhelmed, or I'm not doing this right can also be, that's something that spirit is saying, like we're feeling like I'm not doing this right. And it's like, there's no right way. Like the way you're doing it is right, you know? So here, embracing the Empress and seeing ourselves as luxurious beings, embracing our prosperity, embracing our success, embracing our power, embracing our sacred feminine energy. That is just going to be so important and so life-changing for us, because there's a sense here of like, oh no, but it's not right. And it's like, no, but the sacred feminine energy is right, and the sacred feminine and the sacred masculine energy is right. They're both equally needed, and they're both different. So embracing this energy and feeling connected is going to be really important. We can be having a bit of difficulty with, cattiness between people. So just being aware of that. Somebody wanting to be like the top cheese, like the head honcho, like, oh, I'm the best. So just being aware that there's like, there's just a sense of like, oh my gosh, here we go again. Like, this is why I don't engage, type of thing. It moves us then to the Nine of Cups reverse. So this is a wish that we have had. So this is like across our fingers. This is what I wish for. This is what I want. I want people to show up to the table with me. And we're feeling like, oh, so it's not going to happen, right? I'm not going to get to move forward the way that I have dreamed. And we're taking a small little setback. And in our head, we're conflating it into something so much bigger. It's going to mean so much more. It's like, oh my gosh, now everything is ruined. It's like, no, this little setback happened. Let us look at it, a little bit more rationally and not as emotionally, and not be like, oh my gosh, everything is over just because things didn't go entirely according to plan. So being aware of that is also going to be super important during this time. We then have the Six of Swords. So we're moving forward into the unknown, into onto an adventure, right? We're taking what is sacredly important to us and we're moving forward slowly, steadily, sacredly into our energy and into ourselves. So it's not going to be like this month isn't going to be like a super fast month. It's like, oh my gosh, not month, but this week isn't going to be a super fast week. Like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get this done and this done and this done. It's like I'm slowly doing this, I'm slowly doing that, I'm focusing this energy, and that's going to be a really good thing. Actually, we can feel a little bit more comfortable in masculine energy, in sacred masculine energy than sacred feminine energy, because sacred feminine energy is going to want to take its time. It's going to, kind of slow things down. It's embracing the feminine slows things down. Embracing the masculine, okay, it's like scanning. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at that. I got this. I got that done. So just being aware, and that's reiterated by the Knight of Swords. Now we're represented by the swords in the minor arcana. Gawain here is representing the Knight of Swords. You can see that, and I always think of Gawain as being the real hero of the story, right? Not Lancelot, but Gawain. And so here with that being reversed, it can be like I'm out of stride with myself. I'm not seeing, I'm not seeing all the good work that I'm doing really paying off, or the selflessness paying off. And that can also be what we feel with the sacred feminine energy of the Empress is like, wow, I'm giving and giving and giving. Nobody cares. I'm exhausted. I'm overwhelmed. I'm stressed out. It's never going to be enough. So just being aware of that energy and saying, okay, I see you, like clocking it. I see you. I'm not being overpowered by you. I also always see the Knight of Swords as, as the Prince Charming knight, right? The Gawain knight, the knight that is kind and compassionate and gets things done, right? And slays the dragons and rescues the princess and rides off into the sunset. But it's all with ourselves, right? It's slaying our own dragons, it's cutting through our own poisons, it's rising in the chaos of this world as we rise in our, energy vibration. It's awakening the sleeping part of us. And it's riding off into the sunset, being happy and contented with who we are. And here, with that being reversed, we're looking at ourselves and thinking, you could do better. You could do better. And we're just looking at our own reflection, which is a mean thing to say to yourself. So here with the Knight of Swords, we are going to be more than willing to criticize ourselves. We're going to be more than willing to listen to the critiques of others. And we're going to think, well, they wouldn't say them if they weren't true. Yes, they would. Yes, they would. People love, cutting other people down so that they can like climb their way to the top. So just be aware of that during this time. We can also want to move so fast. Like we'll be like, oh my gosh, this is moving so slow. Oh my gosh, I'm not doing enough. Oh my gosh, this. Oh my gosh, that. We want to move so fast. And Spirit's like, hey, slow it down. It's going to be okay. That seems to be a theme of this week, that we want to move so fast. And also a theme of this week is that we're not patient. So here with the Six of Swords, there's a level of patience to us. But with the Seven of Cups, there is the sense of like, am I seeing my dreams? But there's also the sense of I'm not being patient. I want things to happen now, right? That's also the Knight of Swords. And I need things to move forward. So with the Seven of Cups, it is not keeping our dreams sacred on the shelf. Like, oh, this is so beautiful. Oh, this is so perfect. It could never, it can never see the light of day. It's going to need to see the fingerprints, right? It's going to need to have the fingerprints put on it. It needs to see the light of day. That is an important thing. So with the Seven of Cups, just being aware of that energy is going to be very important. Being aware of ourselves is going to be very important. And saying, what are my dreams? I need to connect with my dreams. And that's also going to be a very important thing for this week. I need to connect with my dreams, because a Gemini without dreams is like a fish without water. It just doesn't work. So just be aware of this. It moves us then to the Ace of Cups. I love that it's the Holy Grail, right? Because that is what the Ace of Cups is. It represents the Holy Grail. And so here, this is God's source spirit, however we see the divine, the universe, handing us a gift. And it's that which is most sacred to us. It's a gift of love. It's a gift of beauty. It's a gift of connection. It's a gift of the opening of the heart. But what it does also is it stirs everything up emotionally. So a lot of things that we've buried down are going to be coming up during this week, and we can find ourselves being a little bit weepy, a little bit emotional, a little bit like, whoa, what the heck is going on here? Being aware of that, because it's showing us, okay, what is most sacred to you? What do you want to be holding in your arms? What is powerful to you? What is beautiful to you? And it brings us then to the Page of Cups. It brings us to taking this gift, Okay. And I love that this is the salmon. The salmon, the fish of knowledge, right? Finn McCool touched the all knowing salmon, right? Put his thumb in his mouth and got all the knowledge. That's a Celtic myth. And so here we have this with the Page of Cups. We have the salmon of knowledge coming forward, and we have ourselves taking this gift of knowledge, taking this gift of connection, and deeply holding it, and deeply being in love with ourselves. So this is also water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. If you're born on the cusp with Cancer, if you have water sign energy in your life, especially children, okay, this is just like all children, you're going to see that they really talk to your heart during this time. And this can also be people who are childlike, people who have this like childlike wonder to them, just a beauty and innocent, a sparkle to them that is just absolutely absolutely powerful and absolutely part of their heart. And this is also going to be you connecting with your inner child and really saying, like, gosh, what is it that you love? It's like, oh, I forgot I love this. Or like, oh, I loved doing this when I was little. Like, I loved doing that when I was little. Oh, this was so fun. And that's going to be a really beautiful thing for you during this time here, Gemini. So let's see what Spirit has to say. And if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a Put a butterfly in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced at random. Oh, goodness. So good luck to everyone. And hit the bell notification so you can be notified when the announcement is made, because it will only be done on this channel. So don't be fooled by anyone. So here we have sacred. Oh, I love that. Here, that's the hawthorn. Hawthorn. There we go. And that is, which is sacred, is coming forward during this time. And it's taken with childlike wonderment. So during this time, you are going to be a student of your heart, of what you're passionate about, of what you love. You can be like, wow, you know what? I always love doing XYZ. I'm just going to try it, right? I'm just going to try. I'm just going to explore. I'm just going to see. I'm just going to, kind of like putz around here, there, muck around here, there. Look at this and see what happens. And then it's like, oh, wow, I forgot how sacred this was to me. And it was so sacred, we hid it away. It was so sacred, we put it on the shelf because it was such a part of our soul that we were like, you know what? I'd rather it never see the light of day and the dream always stay perfect. Even if the dream always got a little bit sadder because it wasn't being lived out in the open, right? Then it'd be ruined. And here's the thing, it's never going to be ruined. It's just going to be different. And it's okay to be different. It moves us then to our chakra energy, angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. So here we have both reversed: clarity, which is the third eye chakra, and flexibility, which is the sacral chakra. So be aware here that we can have our judgment clouded. We can be seeing things a very certain way. So, or like have a preconceived notion on things, and that will cloud our judgment. Tapping over our third eye is going to be so important for us, just to break up that blockage and help us step into ourselves. Tapping our tailbone with an open fist, just like this, just tapping our tailbone and tapping our kidneys will also help break up the sacral chakra blockage, and embracing flexibility, right? Embracing just being flexible, which means that we can be like, oh, well, we don't have to eat at this restaurant. We can eat at this restaurant, type of thing, or we can go on this walk instead of this walk. But it also means I'm embracing my own mobility, flexibility. Now, if we're not able to be mobily flexible, we can visualize our bodies being flexible, which also really helps our energy and really helps ourselves. So that's going to be very important here. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Here we have two again, very interesting. The Eight of Cups and the Strength card. Now, this could be having a bit of difficulty with the Leo energy, or it can be that during this time, which is, the time frame of Leo, we are going to be walking away from something, or we need to walk away from something, and that is going to be difficult, and we need to be mindful of this, that this decision is going to weigh heavily on us. So just being aware of this during this time, and that we're also like really not liking to be bullied, right? There's just this real sense of might does not equal right. Show me the strength of your character. Show me the strength of your heart. And that's going to be important. We need to embrace our sacred feminine energy, not trying to make it into sacred masculine energy, which seems to be what, energetically the world wants. So it's like, oh, more of this. No, bringing more of the sacred feminine forward and honoring that within ourselves, no matter who we are or where we are in our lives, is going to be really, really important. And also being compassionate and kind to ourselves is going to be important. We'll have a tendency to be very harsh and hypercritical and want things done very, very quickly. So just being aware of that is also going to be important. This can also be a heightening of anxieties, doubts, fears. It's just like, I have to be on alert. I have to be on alert. And that is when our sacred feminine energy is out of whack. We need to align ourselves. We need to calm ourselves down and center ourselves. That's going to be important. Just because one thing that we crossed our fingers for isn't going the way that we wanted it to does not mean we need to throw the baby out with the bathwater. So just being aware of that is going to be important as well. It doesn't mean everything is going wrong, but it also means that we need to sit at the table and celebrate ourselves. See ourselves and not say, oh, but everybody else has to be here. No, nobody else has to be here. Because it can be that nobody else, they don't have to care. And I know that sounds really harsh. I was thinking, wow, Spirit, you really want me to say that? And it's like, yeah, they don't have to see your vision. You have to see your vision. And that's going to be so important because you're slowly and steadily moving forward towards something that is beautiful to you, something that is sacred to you. It's not going to happen all at once. It's not going to be instantaneous. We're going to want it to happen so much faster than it is. This can be a week where we're building it up. We're putting out the outline, but we're also getting our head ready to say, oh, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to do this thing. And it can be by the end of August that I'm going to do this thing. Or, in September, I'm going to do this thing. But we're getting our head ready for it now. It's like, oh, I'm going to do this thing. And this is sacred to me. It is important. It is a dream that I put on the shelf and said, no, you can't come out. No, you can't do that. And Spirit's like, why? Why? Now it's time for it to come forward. And you're going to be surprised at the speed for which it comes forward once it does. Because you're taking it with childlike wonder and you're embracing it fully and openly and honestly. It moves us then to our subconscious spirit message, which here it is subdued, which is reversed. And that makes sense with the Knight of Swords reverse. It's like, we don't want to be subdued. We want to be very out loud, very in your face, very powerful, very here, here, here. So just being aware of that is going to be super important. Like, let's calm it down, pull it back, connect with us. That's going to be a powerful thing. It moves us to our chakra energy. And this is the throat chakra, which is where we live. We really do live in the throat chakra, Gemini. And this is our Mercury energy, right? We're ruled by Mercury, but here it's communication, embracing our throat chakra. And it is knowing that we are communicating. We are picking up on all the different vibrational energies, even when we're not talking. And that's also the sacred feminine energy coming forward. That is what the sacred feminine energy is great at. It's like picking up on everything, taking everything in, not just focusing on one task. That's what the sacred masculine energy is really great for. So they both complement each other so beautifully and so brilliantly. And so we're embracing communicating. We're embracing the fact that, okay, I'm taking in everything. Now, this can be a little bit awkward because we're taking in everything. And then we can pick up on things that somebody else didn't tell us. They didn't say, they didn't do. So just be aware of that you can have some psychic moments, some, intuitive moments during this time. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of, which is the 8 of Wands. And it is that energy of, I want it to happen quickly, right? Fast. And Spirit's like, slow it down. That is going to be important. It's kind of like, look both ways before crossing the street. Don't just run forward. So that's going to be a big deal. And it moves us then to our subconscious tarot energy. And that is the Knight of Wands reversed. And the Knight of Wands is the second fastest moving knight. So the Knight of Swords, our knight, is the fastest moving knight, which we have reversed down here. And then we have the Knight of Wands also playing into the Leo energy that we can be having a bit of difficulty with. So just being aware of this during this time. And we can be very fiery, right? We can be very fiery whenever this energy comes up subconsciously. We might find ourselves sitting there and smiling and nodding and being polite, and in our head being like, and just kind of ripping into a person. And then we'll think wow, that wasn't me. That isn't usually me. So just be aware of this during this time, that we can have our temper flare up a bit, and that will be intense. So yeah, just being aware of this is going to be important. Okay. And we'll also want to speed things up at work. especially, or whatever we're passionate about, we'll be like, oh, well, I really love XYZ, so I'm going to do it all the time, or I'm going to want it done instantaneously. And when it's slower than we want it to be, we can get really mad. So just be aware of this, take a breath, take a beat, connect with you. All right. All right, Gemini. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. And please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Gemini. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.